everyone, and welcome back to Trending Now. We're that show that gives you the news you'd actually care about. I'm your host, Eddie Sheehy.
And I'm Hannah Smith. This episode, we will be taking a look at everything TV. We will give you your fix for the fall previews, and Ian Kidd will be giving you a look behind the scenes of Trending Now. So let's not waste any time and cut to the first story.
Oh, terrible joke. They said it couldn't happen. They said it wouldn't happen. But Sunday night, Fox proved all of those naysayers wrong when they premiered season 13 of Family Guy with an incredibly special Simpsons Family Guy crossover. It was appropriately named Simpsons Guy. The episode, which had been in the works for a few different years, was an hour long and followed the story of the Griffin family as they made their way to the Simpsons' home of Springfield. There, the two families' famous patriarchs met up, and the rest of the episode went as well as you might imagine.
The episode featured an assortment of classic gags from both shows, plenty of self-reliant humor, and an epic fight between Homer and Peter that puts all the past chicken fights to shame. The episode was fairly well received by critics and even more popular amongst the fans.
This was like such a big TV moment for me because I am to say I'm a Simpsons fan, I would like to think would be an understatement. I am like a fanatic. Every single season, I've seen them all. I love The Simpsons like more than you could love. I love them more than my actual family, I think. And I have all the merchandise, and when they teamed up with Family Guy, and I admittedly don't like Family Guy nearly as much as The Simpsons, but when they came together, it was just hilarious.
Yeah, I think everybody was absolutely looking forward to it because I remember for years upon years, everybody was like, they should do a crossover, they should put them together.
Right.
And I know you're definitely a fan because you have all these cups and other merchandise
I got,
across
in my
your
room,
desk.
cups, and I have little Bart Simpson figurines on my desk. I love The Simpsons. And I think this was great because it's always you either like The Simpsons or you like Family Guy, and they brought them together, and it was great. And the car washing scene with Homer and Peter is like the greatest comedy moment to come out of Fox, I think, in years, hands down. I loved it so much.
So are you hoping they're going to do another one?
If they did
do you
another
ever
one,
see that
I don't know if
happening?
they actually will do another one. That's interesting. I would love for them to do another one. I think it'd be fun. Maybe we should write a letter to Fox.
Maybe it'll happen.
Maybe.
So Eddie,
Yes.
now let's go back. Back to
Hold
the
on, wait.
beginning.
Back to the beginning.
Or the early 2000s, Disney TV.
Okay.
And let's talk about that awkward, funny girl everyone loved, Lizzie McGuire. Hilary Duff, who played the teen, revealed to Huffington Post recently that she would be totally down for a Lizzie McGuire reunion. I mean, who wouldn't? It's been 10 years since the show has ended, so why not?
Why not?
But anyhow, Duff went on to say that the show was where she got her strong physical comedy because of all the crazy situations that she was put through.
The Lizzie McGuire series ran for a total of 2 seasons and 65 episodes over a span of about 3 years. The series got a TV movie titled The Lizzie McGuire Movie. The film showed us that no matter how clumsy or awkward, like Hannah, we are, we could still be a pop star in Rome for one day and have a fairy tale romance. Now, while there's been no confirmation of this Lizzie, Where Are You Now reunion, as Duff put it, we just might see something in the future. I think it's a possibility.
I think so too, because that's what dreams are made of.
That is what dreams are made of.
I really hope so because, I mean, I was a huge fan of the movie and TV series, and I mean, everybody could relate to her because, I mean, going through high school,
Were
it was
you
just
really
one
awkward?
big.
Is that why you could relate to it?
No, life is just one big
You were
awkward
so
moment.
awkward. I could tell. I wouldn't
I
mind
was a
it.
cheerleader,
I
though.
thought Hilary Duff was really attractive. She was I had a huge crush on her when I was a kid. She did that song on Disney Channel where she's out dancing in the rain or whatever. I don't know which one that is. Come Clean. Man, my little 8-year-old heart loved Hilary Duff.
She was absolutely everywhere
Yeah.
whenever we were that age. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Lizzie McGuire, everything. I mean, there was clothes, backpacks. I mean,
Was that the show with Gordo?
yeah.
That was, Gordo's on that. Would Gordo come back?
Well, obviously, because he was one of the main characters, so I'd say that they'd have
What would
Miranda
they
too.
do? Would they have children now? Is this like a Girl Meets World thing where they all have kids and their kids are friends?
Well, Hillary Duff does have a child.
What, are they going to
His
cast
name's
a real
Luca.
child? That's a stupid name. Don't ruin Hillary Duff for me. Don't
That's so mean.
No. No. Okay, we're going to move on. That's a stupid name. Way to ruin Hillary Duff for me. All right. It's not often you can say your favorite TV show helped save your life, but for one man named Jimmy Morgan Jr. of Wichita, Texas, it's entirely accurate. Morgan, who is an enormous fan of the hit HBO series Game of Thrones, was enjoying a relaxing night at home when he realized someone was breaking into his house. Lucky for Morgan and unlucky for the intruder, Morgan had taken an interest in medieval weaponry thanks to his favorite show, and he just so happened to have a short spear handy. Morgan began to stalk the intruder throughout his house, and after a couple of minutes, decided to attack the man. He subdued him, called the police, and waited for them to arrive. When they finally did arrive, they naturally had some questions for Morgan, and he responded just as you would expect any man with a short spear to respond, saying, quote, "As he was running, he smeared blood from here to high heaven, and he splattered here, and he splattered there, and he splattered all over there. It was like a deer."
And because a man attacking another man with a short spear isn't like weird enough, police continued to question Morgan, and as you might have guessed, he had more insightful words to share. As the questioning went on, Morgan went on to quote, "It's called the SCA. It's a medieval fighting, and we do use spears and swords and things of that nature. I don't have a firearm, so I have a short spear, very quick, very agile, and very deadly. And I am a Christian man, and I don't want to take a life. However, I want to make sure that he understands that his life was mine to take, and I let him have it." Despite all this crazy talk, police concluded that there was no foul play at work, and what Morgan did was absolutely legal.
I love this story so much because I love Game of Thrones a lot. That's like my second favorite show behind The Simpsons, I'd say. But to love it so much that you take an interest in medieval weaponry, go out, buy a short spear, and then stab something is amazing to me. I love that. That man should be behind bars.
Yeah, well.
You know who else should be behind bars?
Maybe some of these people.
All these people in the police blotter.
Saturday, September 21st was a popular day for the police blotter. First off, a female student was found intoxicated on the RMU shuttle. Oh, I can't talk today.
It's okay.
She was cited for public drunkenness and underage drinking. She was transported to Coraopolis PD for lodging due to her level of intoxication.
Crazy people. And
I
the
know.
RMU Police Department assisted the Allegheny County and Moon Township Police Departments in identifying students involved in an off-campus incident. Officers assisted and cleared. I wonder if it had anything to do with a short spear.
I know. And finally, a student came to the police station and requested information on how to handle a harassment situation. Officers assisted and entered a report with the details of the issue persists. Oh boy.
Coming up after the break, Hannah and I are going to give you our picks for the best shows during this fall season.
But before we get to our picks, let's find out what your favorite TV show is.
My favorite TV show is Orange is the New Black.
I'd probably say How I Met Your Mother.
Favorite television show is Scandal.
I like Orange is the New Black, One Tree Hill, and pretty much any reality TV show.
These boys are my heroes. They come every week to spend time with my children.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
They can teach them something no one else can.
Wisconsin.
They're role models to the children, and homework comes way before sports. Their grades have improved, and their lives are just a bit richer. What they do for my kids is truly wonderful.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
I call them my lifeline.
People don't realize how quickly you can end up on the street. One thing happens in your life, medical bills you can't pay, you lose your job, and that's it.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
We went to DC to work with the homeless. They sell a newspaper called Street Sense. Thought I'd help.
But if you want to give more, you can.
This person came up to me and said, get a job. And for 2 hours, I felt what it was like to be homeless.
Good morning. $1 help.
Some of the other students said, how can we change this? And I said, sometimes you can't change the world, but you may be able to change one person's world. My dream? Open a psych clinic for people on the street.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trending Now. As you know, this episode is all about TV.
So Hannah and I each made a list of the 3 shows we are most excited for during this upcoming fall season. We put a lot of thought into this, a lot of care, so we hope that maybe we'll get you guys interested in some new shows. Yeah? Hannah, you want to go first? What's your first pick for fall shows we should be watching?
My first pick is my absolute favorite show right now. It's
Okay.
called Rain. It stars Adeline Kane, Toby Regbo, and Torrance Combs, and it all takes place, I mean, kind of a history nerd here, but it takes place in Scotland during like the medieval period, and it's about Mary, Queen of Scots, and she is so BA.
Really? I've never watched this show. Is it like Vikings from like the History Channel, like super historically accurate, telling like
No,
actual events
it's
from
sort of
history?
like going on during like I guess the Tudor period, if you want to put it that way. Like
Is it
more
like
people.
the Tudors? The
A
PBS
little bit,
show?
a little bit different. There's not as obviously, you know what I mean. It doesn't show like nudity and other stuff like that because it's on the CW. But
Okay.
it is taken back a little bit more,
Well,
but
I'm out.
pretty good. I absolutely love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well then.
What's yours?
My first pick is one, this one's weird for me. I picked American Horror Story.
Oh, okay.
And I never have liked American Horror Story in the past. I didn't like season 1. But this season looks great to me. You can see on the TV right now. It just looks really freaky. It's American Horror Story Freak Show. It's centered around like a circus, a freak show. Kathy Bates is playing the bearded man. You know, Jessica
wow.
Lange, who's one of my favorite actresses, has always been in the show, but she's going to keep being in the show. I'm just really excited. I think like, you know, like I love the idea of clowns as a horror topic. So
Oh, yeah.
freak
Gosh.
show will you be able to use a lot of clowns, and I love that idea.
Well, I obviously would be scared. I hate clowns, but I've actually never seen American Horror Story. But I've
Really?
I've seen a few clips of some because some of the people I know watches it. But I don't know. I just never really. It never really appealed to me.
One of the things I really like about American Horror Story is like this is season 4, but none of the
Okay.
seasons build off of each other. Like it's like they just start fresh every season, and I love that aspect of it. That like I didn't like seasons 1, 2, or 3, but I can try 4, and I think I'm actually really gonna like 4. So that premieres I think October 8th. So we'll have to be watching. What's your second pick?
My second pick would have to be Criminal Minds.
Oh, I love this show too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yes, but I am so nervous about this season because Jennifer Love Hewitt is joining the team, and I
Yeah.
don't know. I saw like the one preview of it, and I was like, fans are either gonna love it or hate it. I think because they're gonna either think she's gonna be talking to the dead people, or she's gonna be working in the corner.
They've made a lot of changes to that cast, you know, over the past few years, which I get. They're in season 10, so
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
eventually you have to start changing it up. But like Jennifer Love Hewitt, I really love her from like, and I'm like because it was like a big family affair, Ghost Whisperer, every week at my house.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
mine
years
too.
ago, like we'd sit down and watch Ghost Whisperer. So I love her from that. But I don't know how she's gonna do in Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right.
All right, so
how
my
about yours?
next pick, my second pick, is The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead so much. I started it just recently, but I watched all the episodes all the way through. I'm so stoked for this new one. Some friends of mine have me reading the comics, and I love the comics too. It's gonna be so good, and it just explosions, zombies, like weapons, and I just love it all.
Yeah, I could definitely tell you loved it because you had this
Oh, yeah.
huge stack of comics yesterday.
In my room right now, yeah, I have this huge stack of Walking Dead comics. I'm trying to get through all of them before the next season comes, so I can like make my way through. See
So what do you think's
happening.
be happening in this season? Like What's your
Well, where we
speculation?
left off last season was Terminus, and apparently they're cannibals, and Terminus isn't in the comics, so nobody really knows what's going to happen. I'm pretty excited for it, though. I love
It's gonna be like a
zombies.
little
I'm
surprise
totally gonna
element
geek
there.
out. What's your last pick, Hannah?
My last pick, it actually already had its first season, the season premiere, but Grey's Anatomy, you know, I absolutely love that show. And
Never watched it.
you've never watched it? Oh, it's so
No.
great. But everybody says that it really depicts what a hospital setting is like with all the drama. I'm really nervous, though, because Christina Yang, everybody loved her, is gone. And then I feel like they're trying to replace her with Meredith's new sister, and you can't really do that. I already don't really like her from the first
really?
episode. I'm like, don't ruin this, guys. You can't replace Yang.
Do you think it'll be the final season for it?
I don't think so, because the main characters are signed for 2 more years after
Oh, okay.
this. So they're definitely going to have to pick something up because they don't want to lose people.
All right. Well, my final pick is in
Alright.
its final season. I picked The Newsroom. The reason I picked The Newsroom is like it's a real sentimental thing. I've watched that show from the beginning, and I love that show. It's the reason I would say it's the reason I'm in TV right now. I just love every aspect of it. And like when I watch it, I just want to work for TV and in TV, and like I want to be Will McAvoy when I'm older. And I just love everything about that show. If you you should watch it. You watch it?
I've watched a few episodes with you.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
because
you
it's so
have
good.
last year. It's so good, and it's just like every time I'm watching it, I'm like, that's why I'm a TV video journalism major, because that's what I want to do. You should totally watch that. So to wrap it all up, what my picks are, we got Walking Dead, American Horror Story, and The Newsroom. You definitely need to check all these out. They're all going to be great, I promise.
All right, then my final picks are Reign, Grey's Anatomy, and Criminal Minds. I cannot wait. I think it's gonna be really good. Reign premieres Thursday, so make sure you tune in for that, because I know that's where I'll be.
Absolutely. I can't wait. I love TV
Me
stuff.
neither.
And coming up after the break, we'll be heading back to Ian's Corner for a look behind the scenes of Trending Now. But first, we want to know what fall shows you guys were looking forward to.
Yeah, there's one. It'd be Gotham. The one. It's new. I know it started a couple weeks ago, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But it's on my list to check out for sure.
Just there's a new season of Scandal. Suits will start back up.
Gotham looks pretty good. I watched the pilot episode and it was pretty good. New Girl just started. I do love New Girl. So it's already here, I guess. But
Nicaragua is a completely different world. We were there to bring nursing care to some desperate people.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
The very first person that I met was David. Kept saying, "You have to come to my house and watch me play my trumpet." You could tell from the look on his face that it was just his most prized possession. I get back home. A few weeks later, I got a message that a gang had broken into his house at night and they stole it, which was his life. So next trip back, we gave him a new one. The look on his face was just complete disbelief. He just absolutely couldn't believe it. And to be able to do something like that is one of the best moments of my life. He said he'd never forget us.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
These boys are my heroes. They come every week to spend time with my children.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
They can teach them something no one else can.
Wisconsin.
They're role models to the children, and homework comes way before sports. Their grades have improved, and their lives are just a bit richer.
Okay.
What they do for my kids is truly wonderful.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
I call them my lifeline.
Welcome back to Trending Now. It's been a while since we've heard from that hottie with a body, so let's see what's going on in the corner this week with Ian.
Hey guys, welcome back to the 4th installment of Ian's Corner here on Trending Now. As you know, today's episode is all about TV, and we have a really exciting opportunity here to show you the 3 phases of television: pre-production, production, and post-production. And right now we're gonna do the pre-production, and we're gonna have the producer of Trending Now, Kendall Vallon, and the eye candy host, Eddie Sheehy, explain to you what they do when they're writing the show and when they're getting ready for us to record. So guys, what is the pre-production process like?
Well, it's really exciting. It's full of writing and numbers and timing. Well, first we think of the show idea for the week. We plan this out months in advance, just months.
So like this week's Idea TV, came up with the Idea TV, then we start collecting stories for it.
So that's just through research, just on the good old Google. And then from there, when we have our story ideas, we want to list them here in what we call a rundown on our iNews program. And this times out all the shows, shows the cameras, the graphics, the talent. It's like, this is our show, only through a computer screen.
Yeah. And that's pretty much as far as pre-production goes. And then we hand this over to the next person, who is the director.
Yep.
So the second part of the production process here for Trending Now is the actual filming that's done in the control room during the show. So I'm sitting here with my friend and the director of Trending Now, Alec Balenciaga. Alec, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty swell. How are you?
Good. Alec is going to tell us what he does, what goes on in this room, and sort of how Trending Now works. So Alec, what do you do as the director of this show?
Well, as the director, my day usually starts off as getting a rundown from Kendall, and I will then, after I get the rundown and see what's on the show, then I will get my script from the always organized Kendall Vallon, and then I will start marking up my script. So get ready on what shots I want to do, if I have graphics that I want to bring in.
So there's some personalization that you get to put into this.
Like I mark it so that I know what's going to come up next. And everyone marks their script a different way, but I do that, and then we sit down, we get mics, tell everyone. I usually sit over there. Here.
Show us the station.
This is where I sit, right here. I got my headset here, and the technical director will sit here.
And what does a technical director do?
The technical director will look at this big old lovely board right here, and literally, like if you're directing, you'll be like ready on camera 1. So I'm gonna be ready on camera 1. Here, and then we come over to graphics.
Okay.
And
who usually does graphics?
Matt Merlino is by far the best graphics I've ever seen. Our amazing, absolutely the greatest producer of all time ever, Bennett, sits back here and he critiques the show.
I'm just getting to know Bennett, but he is very cool and he definitely knows what he's talking about.
He is the greatest of all time, and that's how the show works.
This is the heartbeat of the show.
Absolutely.
So you pump the blood to the show.
I attempt to. I take what Kendall gives me and I try to make it a day show.
Alright guys, so the last phase of production is post-production, and our producer Kendall Vallon here is going to show you what she does to take the rough draft of the show and really smooth it over and turn it into a finished product to put on the internet for you guys to watch. So Kendall, what do you do in post-production?
Well, it's pretty simple because everything is like we film it live to tape, which means that all the show is ready and on the system in there, and all I do is bring it on to this Final Cut, drop it in the timeline, make a couple edits, like if a lower third or like a commercial is not right, just tweak it, and then we send it away to the world of RMU TV.
There you have it. There are your 3 phases of production for Trending Now. I want to thank you guys for watching. Eddie and Hannah have the rest of the show, so back to you guys. We'll see you next week.
Coming up after the break, we will be behind the Twitter desk giving you the latest trends on social media. But first, we were wondering, what do you binge watch on Netflix?
The Office is a good one. Parks and Recreation is a great one.
How I Met Your Mother is a pretty good binge-watching show.
I started with Breaking Bad, but then I kind of died off that.
Scandal, Breaking Bad, Prison Break. So I've done season 1, 2, half of season 3. I gotta catch up. I can't watch that much during school, so when I do watch, I watch like 7 episodes in a row. But
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did? Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblums, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you. Bobby? Susie? Don't worry, that's just the power of the art!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
You ever think about buying a bigger place? Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy. There is no credit fairy. How else will I get a better credit score? Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it. No fairy?
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
Yes, ready, ready.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
And welcome back to Trending Now. It's that time in the show again where we want to talk to you guys about what's been trending in our world today with the help of social media.
Things that shot to the top of the Twitter sphere today included Michael
top.
Phelps, who was arrested on a DUI charge, Microsoft releasing Windows 10, and Liam Neeson with the official trailer for his movie Taken 3 premiering.
Right, so of those three things, the first one we have is Michael Phelps. Right here, this guy, gold medalist, like big record-setting guy. He has so much talent and so much possibility to do amazing things with his life, and he gets a DUI.
I know. Well, this brings us back because he's been in trouble before. I mean, with that picture with the bong. I mean, come on, shouldn't you have learned your lesson now? You're an Olympic gold medalist.
Yep.
Everybody looks up to you.
That's it. Like, a lot of kids look up to this guy, and that's my biggest problem with it.
I agree.
That, you know, he's a hero to some of these kids, and he's an American hero to some degree. I mean, you know, what he did at the Olympics cannot, you know, you have to recognize that. But, like, when you take on that responsibility, in my opinion, you have to realize that you are someone's hero. I know a lot of times in the past he said, you know, I don't want to be anyone's hero. When you became the most winning person in Olympic history for the United States, you had to assume.
Yeah, whenever you become in the media that much, you're going to be someone's, like, it's inevitable.
Absolutely.
Everybody looks up to you.
And the next thing we talked about, Windows 10 was released. I always think Windows wants to do as like big of a release as Apple does when they're like, iOS 8's coming out, Windows 10 is coming out. Woo! But it's just, it's
I don't know.
never as exciting.
I don't even know what they're really gonna be releasing and stuff like that, but I just don't know how I feel about it because I hear enough bad reviews about Windows 8.
Yeah.
People aren't a huge fan. I haven't even downloaded it yet. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't even got it yet. I'm still with Windows 7.
That's the weirdest thing to me. Is they went Windows 8, and then you can see here in this picture, they skipped right over 9 and went right to 10.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly.
All right, and then finally, another big trend that struck Twitter over the weekend was hashtag movies in reverse. There were so many great ones. We got those right here for you. They were really funny. The whole idea was take a movie, say it in reverse. There were some great ones like the Jurassic Park one, movie in reverse, 2 dinosaurs fight in a museum, knocking down a display, humans discipline them by chasing them into cages. I love that, Hannah. We'll see you guys next week. We're all out of time. Make sure you check us out on armycenturymedia.com. See you guys.
See ya.